Hello, everyone. I think we're finally live. Welcome to
Yes,
the
we're
IBS
live.
support group. Hello, Desiree.
Hi, everyone. So nice to see everyone today.
If you're joining
We're
us,
actually getting excited.
I know, I'm super excited. So I'm Gabi. I'm admin of the IBS support group. Actually, I've been kind of in the background so far. You may see me popping up here and there just to say hi. But I wanted to reach out and say really the reasons why this group was set up. So I'd actually set this group up a few years ago for my personal clients, but it just grew and grew. And it's amazing actually because there's this whole safety, this non-judgmental environment, which I think people really resonate with. I wanted to pop up today and say thank you so much for your input so far. It's a really great group. I find that people are so supportive of each other. They're either there for themselves or in order to help a loved one. But everyone's been great. I love reading about people's conversations, but I'm also reading about people's struggles. And actually, what Desiree and I wanted to create were some opportunities for people where they can learn about their health and get themselves well again. So, Desiree, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Desiree Abicassis. I'm a naturopath from Toronto, Canada, from Montreal, Canada. I'm originally from Toronto. And Gabby and I are actually in different parts of the world. She's in the UK and I'm in Canada, but we realized that we actually have so much in common. And I'm actually a naturopath who's been in the IBS support group for a while now, really watching and trying to understand what's happening and also helping wherever I can. And the biggest part of this group that stands out to me, two parts actually, are the support aspect. I really appreciate how much everyone supports each other. It's so beautiful that someone, struggling can come on and ask a question and then have, 20 answers within an hour. And that's just wonderful. There are positive sides to that, and then there are negative sides to that. And the other part of it that really stands out to me is how much people are suffering here. And I personally went through my own struggles with irritable bowel syndrome. I remember as a child suffering from car sickness and nausea all the time. And then in my teenage years, I started to have these really strong flare-ups, and that's really how I knew it was a problem. And something really funny that came up, actually not really funny, but we have to kind of make light of this situation also, because it can get so bad and it can get so difficult. But the other day, my son was extremely constipated. He's 2 years, and I had to help him because that's my philosophy and my paradigm is to try to do everything naturally first before I try anything else. And what I did, I was going to bring this on camera. I went and I got some grapeseed oil and some peppermint essential oil and some fennel essential oil. And these bottles of essential oil really evoked strong emotions and memories in me because these are the actual bottles. The labels are brown and disgusting and they're so old. And these are the actual bottles that I used to use as a teenager. And I still have these bottles, and the essential oils are just as fresh. They're just as perfect. They work just as well. And my whole aim in this was to try to make him kind of like a salve, like a massage oil, so I can massage his belly and get things going with the peppermint and the fennel. And my whole point in mentioning this was because I used to use these oils and I used to rub my belly so hard. I remember sitting in the bathroom. I had like an own private bathroom. I don't even know if my family knew what was going on, but I was in so much pain, excruciating pain with my IBS. And I would just like rub my belly with this essential oil blend and hope that something got better. And through my own personal journey with IBS, I finally went the conventional medical route, and I went to see a gastroenterologist, and I went to see the specialist, I colonoscopy and the gastroscopy, and the results came out positive. The results came out saying that nothing is wrong. And I know that so many people suffer in the same way. My clients suffer in the same way, where they're suffering so badly, and then the test results come up positive. And this can be very discouraging. So a group like this, and the fact that, you know, technology and the internet has made this possible, is actually revolutionary, amazing. And the fact that people are able to support, express this health condition. And Gabby was going to talk about this, actually, how this is not such an easy health condition to have, because it's in our bowels, and there's a lot of stigma around our bowels.
It's funny because people actually just don't really talk about it. I mean, I'm a naturopath. I've had my own clinic for gone 18 years now. So I've seen countless people, and it's amazing actually the lack of understanding about how the digestive system really works. And also quite frightening, some of the advice that people have been given along the way, which is quite plainly wrong advice for them. So everybody's really, really individual. And I do think what's amazing about the naturopathic approach is it's very, very individualized. What suits one person is not going to suit another. But it's all about finding the solutions. You know, it's really working with these natural techniques, understanding lots about health in order to try to bring that person's body back into balance. So over the years, I'm sure you have as well, Desiree, helped countless people and experience people's pain. But there really are solutions. And the idea is, Desiree and I would really like to start some conversations going here, get people talking, get people understanding about what's normal, what's not, but most importantly, what can be done about it.
Yes, because what's so beautiful about naturopathic medicine is we have sort of a whole host of tools. We have this toolkit with all of these different possibilities for healing. And often some of these remedies are never heard of. Definitely the conventional medical practitioners don't talk about them, don't know much about them. Unfortunately, many are not trained in strongly into nutrition and eating healthfully and introducing all kinds of superfoods and interesting, ways of creating recipes. Like, I love that, and I'll bring that to the table. That's really my passion. I love food, and I love to create healthy food. And unfortunately, in medical school, the conventional practitioners are not really taught about nutrition and the impact on gut health. I mean, you are what you eat, right? So
digest and absorb and eliminate.
Yeah, you are what you eat, but you also are what you can digest and what you can absorb. So if your digestion is compromised, it's likely that other areas of your health will be compromised. No matter what health conditions my clients consult for, whether it be hormonal imbalance, weight loss, stress, burnout, depletion, anything, I found the reason I came to specialize in digestive health, first of all, is because of my own digestive struggle. So I really strongly relate to and what it felt like and how to overcome that. But also the fact that, what was I saying? The fact that nutrition can have a very strong impact on your digestion. And this is what I was going to say, is that no matter what the clients come in and consult for today, when I go in and do some deep investigation and do some proper case taking, I see that there's always issues at the level of the gut. And whether the client wants to deal with that first or not, we usually have to address digestive struggle first in order to remedy hormonal imbalances, and anxiety and mental emotional issues. We often have to target digestion first. That's just the way it is. And once that becomes healed, and once that starts to come into a homeostasis balance point, then we can start to see that other symptoms get relieved. Of course, that's a huge generalization, but we see that things start to get better when we really address digestion.
I agree. So we're hoping to have this show. We've titled the show Shooting the Shit, because people don't have these conversations, and it's about time that we do. So it's about having an open, honest conversation with two professional naturopaths. We've both been doing this for literally years. Learn the facts about IBS, know the possible helpful methods that you can apply, get familiar with your digestive system, what it does and how you can help it. But most importantly, these discussions really are to help with practical and applicable, effective and proven strategies to help your IBS solution. So the idea is that you ask questions, but finally be heard, be listened to, and we'll do our best to answer as many people as we can. We will have themed topics each week. We aim to be online about 2 p.m. Canadian time, EST, about 7 p.m. UK time every Thursday. And hopefully you'll be able to join us. That would be fantastic. Is there anything you'd like to add, Desiree? What's coming up?
Sure, yeah, definitely. I mean, those are really excellent. We've really studied and researched what you guys have had to say in the group. The title, we also want it to be a light and comfortable conversation. You know, one day I was just looking at a post to describe your IBS, and everyone's answering. I mean, you guys are hilarious. You're just funny. It's to bring sometimes some light to such a, and we want to be able to, of course, be professional and present professional. So our personalities are humorous and funny and fun and creative, and we also want to bring that side to the table because I think that will make everyone very comfortable. And so that's really how I saw that you guys had a sense of humor. So I'm like, hey, let's call this Shooting the Shit. So I think it's a really nice title. And the topics every week, we have the topics laid out for October. We're going to be posting in the group as an announcement. So I found a new way to have a pinned post, which is basically the rules of the group. And then under that, we can have announcements, as many as we like. And that will be a place where you can actually go and access the information to see what's coming on the calendar for the 4 upcoming Thursdays of each month. We'll do it by the month, and are directly geared to what you guys have. Of course, every single individual in the group suffers in a different way. Some people suffer from chronic diarrhea, some with chronic constipation, some with gas and bloating. Every single case of yours is different. We are going to try to cover as many topics to help as many people as possible. And we also want to say that it's very interesting in the natural health and wellness world how people get very passionate and really adhere to one way of eating. So we have the paleo people and the raw diet people and the superfood people and the vegan people. And this is very nice in the outside world, but in real life, when it comes to health and wellness, both of us have seen in our practices that you cannot generalize that way. And a beautiful example of this I just saw the other day in our group was someone posted a picture of her peppermint capsules. And she's like, this works amazing for me. And then you see underneath, everyone's comments were like, I tried it. It does nothing for me. I tried it. It gave me more flare-ups. Okay, so what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another person. And this is why we are going to try to provide the most balanced information possible. We are going to present you with an explanation of the FODMAP and the SIBO diet. We'll present an explanation of the Paleolithic and ketogenic diet. We'll try to introduce as many topics as possible, and you see where you individually fit in. I mean, only you know yourself best and you know your body best. And if you're not getting help from the outside conventional world, we hope that you get help from this TV broadcast series that we're putting together, because we have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge and a lot of cured cases. I mean, I'm not saying that we're curing anything here. There's no guarantee for healing ever. Nobody can guarantee healing. Only God can, but we're not that. So I'm saying that body at the end and tune in to your own internal experience of life, and then take what suits you and leave what does not suit you behind.
It's a good point. We probably should have a disclaimer in it at this point. Any advice that you hear is not intended to diagnose or replace the recommendations by your key healthcare provider. So you shouldn't stop any medications. You shouldn't change any medications without the agreement of your doctor. We're not here to bash the orthodox view. It's very important and it does have its place. And we're not downgrading the valuable work that they actually do. These sessions are really to start having conversations around IBS, to explore different ideas. But as Desiree pointed out, everybody's going to respond differently to different advice, and what suits one person probably won't suit another, and that's fine. This is very much about finding what works for you and tuning in with yourself and starting to understand your own body. I mean, that in itself is really quite enlightening when you find your IBS solution.
Definitely very empowering. And as you said, so this is going to be an educational show. I mean, we're going to present different, and it's going to be, we're very, very excited. We've been waiting to do this for a long time, and it'll be really nice to have some central guidance in the group and some central presence in the group, because, you know, I've worked at Health Lifetime. I've been immersed in the field of health and wellness, natural health and wellness, since I was a teenager. And I know what it's like. It's so overwhelming to read all these different articles and conflicting health information, and even go into, you know, I'm okay in a health food store. I can understand and I know where to go and how to navigate. But for the average person going, let's say, I mean, it's crazy. How do you know what to choose? How do you know what brand to choose? How do you know what specific omega-3 to choose? How do you know what dosage? We've kind of sifted through the information. We see this sort of as a curation of information, and our goal is to really reduce the overwhelm and try to make things as simplified as possible for you.
Thanks, Desiree. I think that sums everything up nicely. So
yeah,
please
I agree.
join us next week. We'll start off these conversations. We will post what we'll be talking about. We'll find an area that you can actually post any questions to, and we'll try and address those within the remit of that conversation for that week. So bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon. See you next Thursday. Bye. Podcast. So let's post it. I couldn't see it.
Technology.